Hello, hello. This is Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I'm so glad you have joined me today for, well, it was supposed to be my Tickle Tuesday video, but life happened and I couldn't get to it yesterday, so we're going to call this my Wonderful Wednesday video. All right, today we're going to do um 3 cards at one time using 3 different colors of cardstock and DSP. Very simple to make and a lot of fun to see all the color combinations you can come up with. So we're going to get started. You'll want to start by cutting your base card by 4 1/4 by 11. So you'll take your 8 1/2 by 11 sheet and you'll put it in there, portrait, and cut it in half. All right. Oh, I'm going to keep this here because I have to show you some more. And then I'm just going to quickly fold this in half. Or if you want to score it, it would be scored at 5 1/2. And I'm going to take my bone folder and burnish it both sides, both inside and out, so it'll lay flat. Okay? Now, the other thing you're going to need is you will need 3 different colors of DSP paper, and I took mine from the Hello Irresistible set, and I liked the combination of these 3, and we're going to cut them at 3 1/4 by 5 inches. Now, the important thing to remember about this is you're going to cut these all together at the same time. I got this idea from Patty Bennett. She's another demonstrator, and I watched her do this, and I just thought it turned out so cool, and I wanted to give it a shot myself. So we're going to put these in at 3 1/4, right on top of each other, and we're going to cut through them. And it's going to be important to keep these all together at the same way. So now we're going to cut it off at 5. Okay, and then we're gonna ballpark about 1 inch from the corner of your sheet to the track. So I'm just trying to think of how I want to do this. Well, let's see. For some reason, I'm looking at it kind of funny. I don't know what I did wrong. Well, not wrong, but see, both of them, both ends have to be, unless it's this one. Oh, that's where it is. 3 there, and then, okay, there we go. It has to be 1 inch from this corner and this corner, all right? And you just set it up along the track. So it's about 1 inch. You're just going to eyeball it. It doesn't have to be exactly 1 inch, but about 1 inch from here to the track, all right? So we're going to eyeball it there, and we're just going to cut. Keep those together. And then we're going to, I have to think about, let's see. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to take the corner, the other corner, and we're just going to cut that straight down like that. So it's about halfway through that piece. But then you have your 3 different sizes, okay? All right. I had to think about that for a minute. All right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to lay these out. And you're going to start to combine them. And let's see, let's do this one here. And you're going to put them where Um, you just line them up so that you find out where they're missing or what pieces, so that you have the 3 different colors all in a set. Okay, so these are going to be your layers. All right, now we're going to make one more cut, and that's going to be with our cardstock that will end up being um, the first layer that goes down. And this is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So again, I just cut them all at the same time. 4 by 5 1/4. Oop, did go all the way through. Let's try again. There we go. And you actually end up with almost 2 sets. You could trim this off at another 5 1/4, and then you'd have 6 cards that you can do at one time. So keep that in mind. You can go from 3 to 6 cards very easily. But we're just going to concentrate on 3 of them today. All right. Whoops. I'm losing everything. All right. So I chose Calypso Coral as one of my backgrounds. The Daffodil Delight is another one. And the Lost Lagoon as one. All right. Now, the other thing that I did is I took those same colors and I punched circles out of them. So what I did is I took my 2 3/8 inch circle punch and I punched 3 circles out of it from those colors. And what happened to my circles? They were here a minute ago. Do you ever have that problem? You have so much on your table when you're crafting that you lose everything. Okay, here's my 2 3/8 circle punches. All right. And I'm just going to see which one I like best. Maybe there or here. Kind of like that one there. And then like that, or do I want them to match? Yeah, let's have them all matching the same as their background this time. All right. And then I took my decorative punch, and I don't know if you, I'm trying to hold this so that you can see it, but it's got like a scallop around it. That's our decorative punch. And I made 3 white ones of those. And this is what we're going to stamp on. So I'm just going to kind of get these out of the way for a minute. So Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, and Lost Lagoon. The stamps I'm using are the go-to greetings and uniquely artistic. And let's see. I'm going to grab this real quick. And what I'm going to do with the soft seafoam, now I'm using all colors that are found in that Hello Irresistible stack of DSP. So if you ever want to know what colors to combine together, always look on the back of your DSP paper because it tells you what you have, or what it tells you all the colors that are in there, and then you can use them all to combine your cards, and it makes Stampin' Up makes it really easy that way for you. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to need about the upper half of this stamp, so I'm going to ink it up on the soft seafoam, and oh, that really went light. Okay, let's do it this way. This is a light enough color, I don't think I need to stamp it off. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. because you want it to be light. As you, in this one, I stamped it off here first and then put it on my circle, because you want it to be light so that everything else shows up. It's not going to be your total focal point. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. And then I decided to use the Pretty Peacock to put my sentiment on it. I just love this color. I'm so glad they brought it back. All right. There. And we're just going to stamp these real quick. I'm going to try and put them in different directions so that they just have their own style of own look on each card. Okay. And there we have that. I'll put those. Now we'll bring these back over here. And we will start to assemble. Okay. I'm going to take my liquid glue, which I am starting to run out of. I need to get my other one up here. And I'm just going to put those together. So I trust you folks are all doing well. My husband noticed this morning that there were leaves falling off the trees, so he said, well, I guess it's fall. And our summer friend has left. So trying to brace ourselves for the cooler weather now. Although some people really like it, and I know fall is a favorite season for a lot of people. Okay. Then what we're going to do is, instead of gluing on the back of each of these, which you can do, I'm going to go ahead and just put glue on the major, on the background, and then put everything where it needs to be, making sure that there is a border all the way around that is about the same size. And with the liquid glue, you can move these things around and adjust them so that they fit just right, because your pieces are going to touch each other. But then you have that border all the way around that you're supposed to have that is about the same size. Okay, and we'll go ahead and we'll do this one. So the key thing to remember when you're using the DSP is to be sure that you cut everything together in a stack so that you get the right measurements for every piece, or the same measurements for every piece. Then you just put them together like a little puzzle. And they fall right into place. I just think that this idea, it just brings out some really cool patterns, and you can do so much with it. I really like it. There we go. All right. Then I chose for my base card to use the white because I think it just makes them look crisper and better. And I made them tent style as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my stamp and seal for this part. And I'm just going to put seal all the way around. And place that right in the middle of my base. I will be putting all these measurements on my blog, creatingcardswithsherry.blogspot.com. And the products that I used that you may want to use as well. However, you may want to go through this video again to make sure that you line things up the way, especially when it comes to cutting the DSP, because that gets a little tricky when you're cutting those points. Let's see, I want my Stampin' Dimensionals now. There they are. And we're just going to make these pop. So I usually use about 3 of them. By the way, I want to thank all of you for subscribing to my channel. I just noticed today that I'm now over 300 people, 300 subscribers, which makes me very excited. And I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys joining me and telling me your friends and just all being together. I hope one day that I can start doing these live. I'm not set up to do that just yet, but that is my goal in the future. I would appreciate it if you would continue to tell your friends, and let's shoot for the 500 mark now. All right, gonna put that right there. And there's those cards. Isn't that neat? So I just really like the way these turned out. They're easy to do. It's just you got to get past the cutting. But once you get past that, they're so easy to assemble, and they're just a lot of fun. I think they look so pretty. These cards I used, let's see, I used ink, 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 I can't think of what it's called, ink botanicals, I think. Yeah, ink botanicals. And that was the DSP set that I used for these. And I used the vanilla cardstock instead of the white. But pretty much the same thing that I did here with the happy birthday. And I just love these cards. I think they are so pretty. So that is my video for today. Again, if you do want to purchase anything, you can go to my shop at creatingcardswithsherry.stampinup.net. Be sure to use the host code ZF9BGGPN and follow me on the blog spot. Make sure you subscribe there as well to get all the information that you need for these videos. Thanks again for joining me today. You have a fantastic week, and I will see you on Sunday for my Simple Sunday video. Bye now.